Hey, good evening, replay viewers. Hi, my name is Kirby Ingalls, and I'm an Army veteran, a father of four, and a leadership and transformation coach. And today, I'm live to talk to you about how to take control of your life because I found many people are just passively wasting away their life, and they have become victims to circumstances. By being active and intentional, you can take back control and you can begin to achieve great things through small and consistent action. Hey, everybody, as you drop in, let me know where you're watching from. And if you're watching the replay, use hashtag replay. And thank you for popping in and joining me on this live again. Now, if you have any questions along the way, at the end of the video, I will answer as many of them as I can, but I only have a few minutes to run through this, so let me get started. Are you the type of person that gets overwhelmed and can't figure out how to get started? Hey, Joe V. Hill, Gary Harrington, Jonathan Ritter, thanks for joining me, and Carlos Vega. Maybe, just maybe you begin with enthusiasm, but you're more of a starter than a finisher. Or perhaps you're so worried about getting it all perfect that it's really hard to do anything at all. So what you need to do is you need to put first things first. And this is a concept by R Covey, but I've taken it just a little bit further. And you need to figure out what really needs to get done. So what I do is I use a calendar in Google to mind map my week. It does really two things for me besides give me a visual of my week ahead. The Google Calendar keeps my family abreast of what's going on and gives them insight. Plus, secondly, it gives me a reference and a reminder during the week of what I need to be doing. So when you begin to mind map your week, you need to do a little bit of brainstorming first and figure out how you are going to get the most important things done first. Now, what I do is I break all my tasks down into 30-minute segments so I can attack them in a Pomodoro style technique. And then you can start graphing your week out on your calendar in 30-minute segments and start filling in the white space. When you structure everything out, it becomes a lot easier to know how to spend each of your days and to make progress towards your end goal. So you start by scheduling all your meetings and appointments that you can't miss, right? You fill that open space with your task and you start to break those down into smaller tasks. And so what I mean by this is there's a concept by R Covey. And if you had a glass jar, right, and you had to fill it up, what would you do? You have big rocks, small rocks, medium rocks, and sand and water. Well, obviously you would put the big rocks in first, right? And then you would put the medium-sized rocks in, and then the pebbles, and then the sand, and then the water. Because if you did it the opposite direction, you wouldn't be able to get as much in as you would the other way. And I can post a link to a YouTube video that provides that visual. But Google Task, really what it does is it also allows you to break down your task into subtasks. And this has really been a great tool for me, you see, and it doesn't really cost you that much. And so your to-do list, and here's a rule of thumb for me, your to-do list should never have more than 1 to 5 items, right? And each of those should be broken down into those subtasks like I mentioned before. And when it comes to being very productive, really less is more. If you have a zillion tasks on your list, as most of us do, you're probably not going to get them done. So those big to-do lists are really just busy work for yourself, and you're just opening and closing your to-do list and you're scrolling through it and you're really not ever accomplishing anything. You just continue to add to that to-do list. Trust me, I've been there before. Now, this tactic really helps you focus on action rather than a broader goal or outcome. We want to have those broader goals or outcomes, but we want to focus on the daily tasks that gets us towards those. And this allows you to keep what's most important right in front of you. And remember, you have to take small steps consistently to achieve big results. The smaller the steps you take, the easier it will be for you to accomplish your goals and make them a reality. Now you have by doing this process, an agenda for each day. And then you can wake up and just get started. You don't even have to think about it. You can pop out of bed and get after it. You're going to wake up every single morning. You're going to know exactly what to do to bring your goals to reality. So let's take a look at the comments and answer any of your questions. Hey, thanks for joining us, Tyler Wood. I appreciate that. Okay. And Harry Ribbick, John Davis, Iron Mike, how's it going? Joe Bug, it's been a long time. Tony Thomas and Vinny, how are you? I appreciate y'all hopping on here and watching. And like I said, you know, what we're going to do, and it is, so what we have discussed really is how to take back control of your life. And so you can live a rich and satisfying life as long as you take consistent, intentional action towards your goals. Through a few free resources, like I mentioned, which is Google Calendar and Google Tasks and the Palma To Do, which I'll drop links in all those tools below, and just a little bit of mind mapping at the beginning of your week, you can kind of get control and accomplish amazing things. And so what I'll also do is what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a link to a free SMART Goals worksheet that I created, and it has a great introductory video below. I'm going to put that below in the comments. But to help you get started and with identifying your number one goal so that you can become more consistent and more intentional with your life. All right. I'll drop that below, and I appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon. Have fun, guys.